Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the C.A.R, the classic album review, the podcast where we dive deep into the albums that shaped the rock and roll landscape. Today, we're putting the spotlight on a true classic, Kiss's Destroyer. Actually, this young man brought it to me. He was just like, we need to do this album right here. And I was just like, I'm with it. You know, went back and listened to the tracks and everything. Amazing. So this album was released in 1976, and it marked a pivotal moment in Kiss's career, showcasing their evolution from raw rockers to masters of theatrical sound. Yes, indeed. So with iconic tracks like Detroit Rock City, and that's what's playing back there right now, Detroit Rock City and Beth, this album cemented Kiss's status as rock royalty. And they are definitely that rock royalty. So join us as we run down the track list of this legendary album, Destroyer, produced by Bob Ezrin. Did I say that name right? Razor?
Yeah, you did.
Bob Ezrin, and discuss what makes this
great bands. It's just one big long list of names that he's produced.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to get into this classic album. And ladies and gentlemen, this young man here, Mr. Dale Raszewski, I call him Razor. He's a bassist. He's a musician. He's a super talented human being. He's a father. He's all those great things. I've known him for a while, and he's always shown me love, and I've always reciprocated. You see the Kiss shirt that he has on. He loves Kiss. He's a definite Kiss fan, and we're going to have a good time. And if you're ready, let's roll, bro.
Let's rock and roll.
All right, man. So the first song is Detroit Rock City. So to me, I'm just going to let you know how I feel about it, and then I want your response. Not your response. I want to know how you feel about the songs also, and just tell me what makes it great to you. So the intro, to me, gets your attention with the car engine revving, then hearing the classic I Want to Rock and Roll All Night. Because you know when that came on, I was just like, oh, my goodness, man. You know, it just takes me back to our youth, because we were young when it first came out. We were really young. So this song is a great groove, and I love the bass in there. Gene did work it. She's got some stuff in there. Gene did work in the bass, man, and I know you appreciate that. I know you appreciate it. So it's an awesome start to the album and great guitar work, and it simply feels good. So tell me what you think about it.
Well, to back it up, before the engine revving and hearing rock and roll night in the keys, they started off with you can tell he's in the kitchen listening to the radio.
Right.
And the radio is talking about people that went to a Kiss show or were on the way to a Kiss show. They were killed in a fatal accident.
Right.
And then you hear them get in the car and they rev it up.
Right.
Oh, then all of a sudden you get the riff. You know, the riff is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Just, it gets your blood pumping.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, the whole, then you go into the guitar part with the guitar solo with the harmony guitars. You know, and then it ends up with the great big car crash at the end.
Right.
So, I mean, it takes you 360 from listening to about a car crash to hearing a car crash.
Right. Indeed.
You know, in the chorus, it tells you to get up, get off, get on your feet, get down. You know, I mean, it's a rock and roll anthem.
Right, no doubt. And this album is actually a concept album, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, this one was not a concept.
This wasn't a concept. I thought I read
that. That was the Elder a few records later.
Okay, I got you. So, well, the next song is King of the Nighttime World. Now, to me, great instrumentation and orchestration, even though the title is dark, but to me, it feels more of a palatable, song to me for the masses to listen to. And this is one thing I believe that Kiss is great at, getting those songs where everybody's going to sing and just get into them. So even though the title's dark, I don't feel like it's dark to me. That's my take on it, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to the car crash, and then all of a sudden you hear Ace Frehley holding a guitar note right into ba-dum-bum, it keeps the blood pumping. Another big anthem song.
Right.
This album is full of anthems.
Yeah.
That's why this album is on two categories of mine. One, this is, if I was stuck on a desert island, this would be one of them. And number two, but I don't know how the hell I would listen to it if I was stuck on a desert island. But that's why I don't know what the hell that list even means. And the other is this is the beginning of my downward spiral of wanting to be a musician. So that's how important this record is to me.
Indeed. Well, look, you've handled your business. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the first three songs, it keeps your blood pumping. King of the Nighttime World is just a great vocal by Paul. Mm-hmm. It's just the music just keeps you up. It's just, I don't know how you can find a better record out there. There might be only one or two actual albums that's better than this album by other artists, in my opinion.
Awesome. So God of Thunder, it's a great intro. The chorus is what stands out to me, but it does have a real dope riff in it also, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the daunting bump, bump, bump with the bass behind the guitar riff.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, what's going on here? It sounds scary, but it's cool at the same time. Yes, it's got the mythology thing going there with God of Thunder. Yeah. It's just, this is when I really started paying attention to Gene, when I started to actually try to sing like him.
Right.
So it's and play bass like him. So I mean, this is a big one.
Yeah. So was it Gene that really got you to want to play bass?
It was.
Yeah.
It really was. I grew up in a really musical household. Mm-hmm. My first album I ever bought was a Black Sabbath album.
Right.
Back in '72 when it came out.
Right.
I wasn't even 10 years old when that album.
Yeah, man, indeed.
And then this came out when I was 13. Right. I remember this album, before this album, right at the beginning of the time when this album came out and Beth was starting to hit the charts, they were on the Paul Lynde Halloween special. Mm-hmm. And me and about four other guys that lived in my neighborhood came over to my house because we had one of those giant console televisions.
Right.
That had the speakers and had the stereo in it,
Yeah.
And it was a 19-inch TV. So we had a big, for that time in '76, we had a huge television.
Of course.
And all five of us were laying on our stomachs in front of this TV watching this show.
Yeah.
And it just, and they ended the last song they played that night was they played Kiss and they played Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
And that was like, okay, I want to be that guy. I want to do that.
Awesome.
A lot of people older than me or you and I have Beatle moments. I have a Kiss moment.
Yeah, Kiss moment. Now, Kiss was big when we were young, man. There's no doubt. Kiss was right. They were definitely it, man. And so the next one, Great Expectations. So the lyrics make me smile as I just listen again. I just laugh, and I was just like, man, this is wild. So you see, so when he said, you see my fingers and what they do, and you wish they were doing it to you, and I was just like, man, back then the groupie love had to be crazy. Back then,
exactly right. This was a song ode, and this was an ode to groupies back then. Yes. It's like it was a tease too, It was like, yeah, I see you out there.
Yeah,
you wish I could be doing this to you. And I think that was another reason I liked Gene, because he was a damn. The lyrics he sang and wrote, and it's like, okay, this guy's a perv. I can get into this. At 13.
Hey, it was so different back then, man. Compared to when we've been out here doing what we do. Back then, man, with them being at that level also. And when you look at the people out here in the crowd, and then you see some of the women out there and stuff like that, but it was just bananas, man. Yeah. And of course we know that Gene's a wild boy.
Yeah. Him and Paul, Gene said he slept with like 6,000 women.
Wow. I see you asking me. Hey, man.
I hope Judy doesn't see this.
Hey, now listen. We know what we've done, man. We don't do those kind of things. We're dedicated, and it's all love.
That's exactly right.
Yes, indeed. So the next one is Flaming Youth. Now, this is what I expect from Kiss. This is like what I would believe they would do, the normal thing. So the love, the vibe, and the groove they have is amazing. Every instrument is in harmony with the other. Cool breakdowns where the fans can sing along higher and higher and higher. Come on, man. It's a great song. It's really, really a great one.
Yeah, I mean, come on, the lyrics, the very beginning lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, whenever he comes in, there's, oh yeah, well, whatever the thing. But then he comes in with, my parents think I'm crazy, right, and they hate things I do. I'm stupid and I'm lazy. You know, I mean, total rebellion.
Yes, indeed.
You know, even though Great Expectations calmed the mood a little bit, they picked it right back up with Flaming Youth.
Yes,
you know, what is this song, this album? I'm telling you, it's hard to beat this record.
I got you, man. So the next one is Sweet Pain. So it's a cool song. The favorite part is the breakdown and the guitar solo for me. I was just like, man, I said, I love that. I love it. It's just a cool song to me. I really, really love this one too.
Yeah, well, it's like the song starts and then you hear Gene go, you know, in the chorus, sweet pain, my love is driving you insane.
Yeah.
Sweet pain. Yeah, I mean, I love this band.
Yes, indeed.
You know, there was, that's why I started really wanting to, I started singing like him more because, and I really wish I wouldn't have done that because it kind of hurt my voice a little bit. You know, because I actually did have a nice, beautiful, clean voice, but now whenever, you know, it's because I have that, whenever I go to get into playing live and I start really getting into it, Gene comes out.
Gene comes out.
The growl.
Gene Simmons effect.
Yeah, I mean, you get the Gene Simmons effect. It's like.
So, well, let me ask you this. Who did you like better as a singer?
I loved all the Gene. I tell you, I'm a Gene guy. I like all the Gene songs better than I like Paul. Right. But I will tell you that, in my opinion, there was nobody better to front that band than Paul Stanley.
Got you.
You know, and if he wouldn't have been playing guitar and just been a lead singer, David Lee Roth wishes he was Paul Stanley.
Right.
He is the ultimate front man. But I like the Gene, I like the Gene songs better.
Yeah, I got it.
He's just got that attitude.
So, Shout It Out Loud. Now, of course, this is my favorite song on the album. This is for the fans. Awesomeness. This song feels so full, and once again, the breakdown is amazing. And so, Shout It Out Loud is a winner, no doubt. Just them, everybody's just screaming that. It's just a beautiful thing.
The ultimate party song.
Yes.
This is nothing but a big anthem party song.
Yes, it
is. All the parties I went to back then, we always played this song. I never played this song in a band, which is really disappointing.
Really?
I never played this song in a band, but this song is definitely one of the biggest party songs, in my opinion, that Kiss put out.
No doubt. So you say you haven't played this song. What other songs have you played of Kiss?
Well, they're mostly Gene songs.
Okay.
I did Cold Gin. I did Strutter. No, not Strutter. I did Deuce. I've done Dr. Love.
Dr. Love, yeah.
I've done, I was wanting to do King of the off of the Elder. There's a song called World Without Heroes, and that's when I knew Kiss was coming back. Hearing that song, I did. There's about 10 other ones that I did with Gene songs, but I could. The hard part is finding somebody that can do Paul.
Got you. I hear you, no doubt. And that says something.
I've been talking to a buddy of mine about Ty Price about doing a Kiss cover band, doing nothing but Kiss.
Right.
We can't find Paul.
Wow.
We're not talking about putting on the makeup. We're talking about just calling it Kiss covers.
Right, indeed.
Having fun, just playing the songs that we love.
And I think people would love that, to be honest with you.
And each person in the band comes out with a T-shirt with a different album cover on.
Right.
There's 20 of them to choose from, so it shouldn't be that hard.
No, not at all. That's a beautiful concept, man. Nah, listen, I look forward to you doing that, man. That's what's up, man. I like that. So now we move into Beth. Now this is an incredible ballad. Great orchestration again. The violins, piano, and horns are incredible. It's a ballad, but the music is so massive. It's big. And
you got all the violins in the back, the strings.
Yes. But the thing is this right here, though, Razor. So Beth, when he's saying, "I want to hang out with the boys," back then that's real, and that's what the times were back then. But what do you think Beth would do right now in today's time? Go ahead. You'd have to put the camera on her. You have to watch Beth.
He had 2 marriages.
Yeah.
He had the one to his wife.
Yeah. And
he had the one to the band that was making him so much money that she could do whatever the heck she wanted to do.
Beautiful point, bro. Beautiful point. Yeah.
And as well as I do, the brotherhood in a band, you're brothers.
Right.
Indeed. And when you fight, the fight within the band, God, I know this, it hurts.
Yes, indeed.
Because you're yelling at somebody that's like your wife.
Right.
Basically.
Indeed.
Because you're married to the band concept.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but this song was written probably 5 or 6 years before he was in Kiss. He was in another band and they wrote this song, and he was the primary writer, and he brought it to Kiss.
Right.
And it was actually, it wasn't called Beth at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody knows his wife's name is at the time was named Linda.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, I can't remember it was another woman's name, but it was from him, and he wrote this song with some other bandmates from before Kiss.
Got you.
It was just laying around, and he brought it to the band.
Well, it's one of their big ones, man. That it got him. It got him, man. No doubt.
Yeah, it got him. Got people to listen to him that wouldn't normally listen to a bunch of guys in makeup.
Yeah, because the music, it wasn't all just about like the guitars, and it was about all of those other instruments in there that made it was just different. You look at all the other things, and then this one has all of those other elements in it, and it just makes it a beautiful song. It really is. Right. And then the lyrics complement that music so well, man. It's just a beautiful thing. It touches.
It's an amazing song.
Yeah, it touches the young ladies. They were like, yeah. Because they were going through those things, but but once again, being in the band, and doing your thing, and women got to understand it, and I guess the men have to understand it too, if it's
just like he said, the boys are calling, what can I do?
Right. And listen, I can remember those like, yo, I'm going to hang out and do this, and what's this? You're going where? How long are you going to be gone? We're going to the studio. We're going to record a song. How long is that going to take? I don't know, an hour or two. Then, it's 7-8 hours down the road. Why did you tell me this? So you know what? I stopped saying it. I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll be back.
I'll be back when I'm back.
It's the music, man. Married to the music. Music, as my wife, I told her, I said, music is my life. Music is my wife. Love her, you know? And I was like, it's just what it is. She didn't come before you, but I love her a whole lot.
Right.
Yes, indeed. So, do you love me? Now.
Yes, I do.
I love you too, bro.
I took you by storm, didn't I?
You know, what a question in this whole song. So I feel they're just letting the women know that they understand what the game is, you know,
right.
and how truly difficult it must be. I mean, we even understand how difficult is it to really find somebody that really loves you and cares about you and loves you for you and not all the other, you know, stuff that's going on. And them being at that level is wildness. All of these people, all these different cities, every show, you're seeing a beautiful face, beautiful body, a beautiful whatever. But what it is, though, is who's that one with that mind that you can make love to? You know, somebody that can make love to your mind and more than just, you know, a physical thing. So, yeah man.
It also is he's letting his woman know that this is what goes on.
Right.
You know, are you going to be cool with this? Because this is what goes.
Right.
You know, we're the biggest band in the world right now,
right.
And everybody's going to, you know. Plus, you can also say, "Do you love me, or you just want to be out with me when I go to shows?"
Right.
Because because the verse, you know, after those pounding drums, it comes in with "You really like my limousine. You like the way the wheels roll. You like my 7-inch leather heels and go into all of the shows." But then he asks the questions. But
yes,
do you love me? Okay. Are you willing to? Do you love me, or you just like all this stuff all this glamour that I'm giving you?
100%. It's beautifully written. It's beautifully the way they sang it is so cool, and it's right to the point. It really is. It's like this is what it is, as you were saying before. This is something you got to deal with, and I'm seeing all this every night, and they're at us every night, man. And I'm telling you, as I just look at this, and I'm just like, man, these dudes here, they were on it back, especially back then.
I bet it was a lot crazier in the mid-'70s than it is right now in 2024.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I know. Listen, I've been on tour. We didn't have all that craziness. You know, we were more kind of like, you know, we're on our phones trying to get on the internet, you know, talk to the family back home. You know, there were certain times, certain people approached you, of course, you know, but I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. But it's like way different when you look at all of that back then. It's just amazing. It really was. But, you know, we were young growing up in that, but they were really living that rock and roll lifestyle. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. That's what they were doing. And so, man.
Yeah, I was 13 when this record came out.
Yeah.
I saw them in early 76 on the Kiss Alive tour.
Right.
The album before this. And then they had the Dictators open for them. And then like 8 or 9 or 10 months later, they came back through the old Frank McGuire.
Yeah.
And did this show. And I was there for this show.
Yeah, awesome. See, I was going to ask you, so you were down here. You weren't in Pittsburgh at the time. You weren't in Pennsylvania.
No, I wasn't in Pennsylvania very long at all in my life.
Right. Indeed.
You know, I might as well say I'm from Columbia, but I pull for the black and gold.
Of course.
I bleed black and gold.
Of course. So do I. I'm with you. Yes, indeed. But so now we've come to this last song, Razor. And I want to say that this last song, the lyrics are incredible. I've never heard such an amazing usage of words to describe a rock and roll party. Gene Simmons is that dude. Of course, it's the instrumental, man. I'm clouded, but just a little in and out.
On the new version, new release of this, they call it the Rock and Roll Party or something like that.
Right.
On the album, when it came out, they didn't. It wasn't even listed.
Really?
It was just something
like
that
an
was
outro.
Yeah. And it's like an outro. You hear the crowd in the back. You hear Paul talking to the crowd live, like that must have been from the live album. But then you hear all the other album songs that are on this record at the same time.
Right. Indeed.
You know, it's cool, but it's weird.
It's cool. It's a weird way to end it. There's no doubt about it. It's just like they just threw it on there. You know, I was just like, hey, man.
Well, you know, I was like, you know, because they only could make at the most. I mean, this record's like 35 minutes long, start to finish, and they could at the most they could put like 38 or 40 minutes on vinyl back then.
Right.
So they said, "Oh, shit, we got 2.5 minutes to go. Let's do something weird."
It's probably it could have been, you know, something they were smoking, taking, drinking. You know, there's no telling.
Yeah. Well, that was from all we know, that was just Peter and Ace, because Paul and Gene have always said they've never done drugs and they've never drank.
Right. Hey, listen, well, they're just like me. I'm just a cornball, but you know, the music is my drug, as I like to tell everybody.
You know, they said they concentrated on the business so much they didn't have time to think about drinking.
Definitely businessman. Indeed. So let me ask you this, Razor. What makes this album a classic to you?
There's not a bad thing. If there is a weak song on this record, it's Gene's Ode to Groupies.
Right.
And I can't even call it a filler song, you know, because back then they were putting out 2 records a year.
Right.
You know, and every song had to be good because you only got 35 minutes to do.
Right, indeed.
You know, it wasn't until later when Metallica and Def Leppard started doing records that were an hour long that we got all these filler songs.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden there were 16 songs. Who writes 16 really good songs?
Yeah.
You know, everything back then had to be A game. And I think this record is just one of those things. It's got so many anthems.
Right. Indeed, it does.
You know, Detroit Rock City, you know, you had Flaming Youth, you had King of the Nighttime World, you had, you know, God of Thunder, Shout It Out Loud. I mean, those are 6 songs right there that just everybody shouts at the top of their lungs whenever when they see this band live.
Yes, indeed. So, well, let me ask you this. So what is it about Kiss that made them one of the greatest bands of all time?
I think it was, you know, other than how they had great hooks in their song. But I think it had a lot to do with the makeup and the theatrics. At the time, you know, you already had Bowie doing it, but he wasn't doing it to the extent that Kiss was. You had Alice Cooper already there, but he wasn't doing it to the extent Kiss was.
Right.
Kiss was just over the top.
Yeah.
You know, they were all about the rock and roll extravaganza, the rock and roll party.
Yes.
More than anybody else was at that time.
Yes, indeed.
And I think that's probably why they became the biggest band, greatest band in the world, as Gene would say, when he introduced the band live. You know, he used to be hottest band in the land. And I then went to, you know, when I saw him on the live tour, it was the hottest. You got the hottest band in the land. Kiss went to 8 months later, it became the greatest band in the land.
But you know what's wild? But you know what? When they say that though, Raz, you look at them, and people still packed out the Coliseums. They're still selling out stadiums and Coliseums because their impact on on music is undeniable.
Yeah, well, you know, I think I see more posts on Facebook and on Instagram and all these other things about Kiss. Now that they quit touring and sold the rights and everything to an AI company, sold everything to the AI company so the AI company can take Kiss on the road, and we're going to have an AI Kiss show like we did with the hologram with Michael Jackson.
Right.
You know, I see more posts about Kiss now than I ever did in the social media.
Social media has changed things. Yeah, yeah. But then you just look at you taking, you take your children, the people take their children and just families and want people to understand this is how I grew up. These are the things that I did. This is the music I listened to. And then it's like that baton is passed on. And when it's great music, it's not a hard thing to do, No,
I took my kid to see the Kiss Alive 35 tour, the 35th anniversary of the Alive album. 35 years earlier, I saw Kiss for the first time. And then I took my kid to see him on the Alive 35 tour.
Man, just amazing, man, what they're doing and have done. So you said they sold the rights to the AI company. Man, they've always been about that money, though, man. A lot of people got mad with them about that. But they handled business because they handled the business of music,
Well, Paul and Gene both signed contracts to one another.
Mm-hmm.
That for every dollar they make, every dollar Gene makes, Paul gets 50 cents of it.
Awesome.
Whether it's in Kiss or anything else. So anything that Paul makes money off of, Gene Simmons gets half.
Wow.
And I think maybe Gene got the better end of the deal.
Right.
Because, Paul is a great artist and has sold many, many art paintings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For thousands of dollars because he was in Kiss. And what does Gene do other than sit back and figure out, okay, I'm going to get Hello Kitty to put the four faces on their dolls. I'm gonna get Kiss toilet paper.
Right.
He just sits back and thinks, what the hell can I get all these people that love me so much to give me money for?
Right.
And he just comes up with the wackiest shit, and people buy it.
But that's but you're selling the dream. You're selling like I can be like Gene. I could, that's what they're doing. And so I'm not sure. Now, what are you having that glass you're drinking? What are you drinking?
Now this is Rebel Reserve 110 proof.
So listen, there might be something for you, man. We might need your own drink out there. Those kind of things can happen, man. And then when those things happen, that's when the money rolls in, bro. That's when the money rolls in. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I don't know if you want some, razor toilet paper, but hey.
That just doesn't sound good, man. Who wants to wipe their behind with razor toilet paper? That would hurt.
Hey, it cuts to the chase, man. It handles business easy.
At least it would be clean.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, look, man, I really appreciate it. I knew this was going to be fun. You are one of those great human beings, man. I appreciate you so much, man. All the love that you've shown over all these years. And, of course, I had to reciprocate. But I'd like you to just tell the people about what you got going on. And, we want to talk about Stardog. We want to go into the Raz. Let them know that you have great music out there.
Go into anything like that you want. Tomorrow, I'm actually, after I get done here, I got to pack up. I'm going to Helen, Georgia tomorrow to play I play in a country band.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? I play with a country artist by the name of Carter Lybrand. I'm going to do 2 nights in Helen, Georgia with him. So I got to pack up for that, get everything, and then rehearse some of those songs I'll be playing with that after I get done with this. And then, I do the Colton Beasley Trio thing.
Right.
And I do, and I've been sitting in with some other bands here and there. We got some other discussions going on about some things that I'm not going to talk about yet, other than, but I'm excited about where it's going.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That, it has something to do with my old bandmates, but not the Stardog bandmates.
Not the Stardog.
The other one.
Gotcha.
Not Stardog, the other band that I like better.
Well, listen, honestly, we gotta when you get some more time, man. You gotta come back on here, and I've been wanting to get you on here for a while anyway, and so you need to come back and talk about that Raz album, man. I think that is it's an incredible project, man. And just come back here, and I think more people need to still get out there and listen to it and enjoy it. I really do.
That was a fun record to make.
Yeah, so it's great. It's a great record. Let me say that. I really believe that. I enjoyed that. I played that a lot. I kept that in rotation. I still listen to some of those songs, man, and I'm just like, man, this is just love, man. Great lyrics, great music. You guys did a great job with that, man.
Yeah, Nick and I worked hard on that record, and so did David D did a great job singing.
Yes. Yes.
And Adam, you can't even. There's nothing you can say bad about Adam other than maybe he's too quiet.
Good old Adam.
That's not when he's on the drums. That's
right.
That's off the drum.
Yes, it does work.
But those were a great group of guys, and that was a great record.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Even if I do say so myself.
Hey, man, I agree with you 100%. I co-sign that, my brother. Well, I just want to once again thank you very, very much for being here and taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with your boy. But it's all love, man. I love you, my brother. Thank you very, very much.
For you, my brother.
Hey, man, and you tell Judy you still can't walk by her gate. You understand? Let her know it's all love. Hug her for me, man. And I just really appreciate you, bro.
No, that's to make sure my woman knows that.
My woman, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are riding in the car. The classic album review, yes, indeed, of the amazing album Destroyer by Kiss with my amazing guest host. I call him Razor, Mr. Dale Raszewski, that guy, that bass player, that musician. Man, we just had a great time, and I pray that you guys really enjoyed the show. So take care of yourself, and as I always like to say, more love, less hate. Let's love one another, man, most definitely. All right, you guys be good. It's the Lord. Nelson, that is. All right, man, be good. Appreciate you, my brother.
All right, man. All right. Talk to you soon.
Yes, indeed. Peace.
Peace.
Music is my life.